Rogers, have you located him?
Prepare position.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Saturday live show. I have a question for everyone in the live chat. Do these logos look a little bit big this week? It's kind of hard to fit in here. You know, Chocolate Man in Thailand, James, had some demands for the show this week, and one of them was he wants the logos to be big. These are pretty big. And you know what's funny is then Fah found out. Fah found out that James wanted his logo big, so then Fah wanted hers big. And guess what? Then Alex from the Jiu-Jitsu Traveler, Jiu-Jitsu Passport came in and said, mine have to be the same size. So now it's just nuts in here. I can't even fit in here, guys. It's crazy. So I wonder if anyone would be offended if I kind of shrunk them down a little bit. Hopefully James doesn't get upset at me if I kind of shrink it down a little bit. I can't see anything. It's nuts in here. So let me see if I can't kind of move it around a little bit here and make it a little bit more normal so that I can see what the heck is going on here. Hang on with me, guys. It's a little nuts here. Now I can breathe. Thank you. All right, good. Let's go to the live chat today real quick. Want to welcome in some people. We have Your Mojo coming in today. We have Nomad Global Productions saying, great. Bill Clock is here as well. Capio. Big Daddy L. Rob was here a little bit early, so I appreciate that. Bill Clock saying hello to Richard's mom. She is in the chat. She may actually chat a message today. So watch out. I've counseled her on how to actually chat a message. I think she's ready. I think this is the week. Maybe she needs some inspiration in the chat. Come on, Richard's mom, you can do it. See if she can send a message to everyone. CJ in Paradise is here in the house. Jeff Swan. Looks got a lot of people coming in here early. Brock's Travels coming in here. Robert N. Gotta love Thailand. Dave in here. That's great. We got the Lonely Belgian in again. Remember my favorite avatar here, the Lonely Belgian. It's horrifying and funny at the same time. It's pretty nuts. Great. Looks like the video is a little bit better this week, guys. You know, last week we had some issues with the video quality. It was not on my side. I stand by it. Me and StreamYard were battling a little bit. We're like frenemies now. I love StreamYard, been very loyal to them, but we had some tough conversations after last week's live show. If you weren't here, if you didn't see the show, everything was great except for my video was all pixelated and blurry, which sometimes can be a good thing. If you don't like the way I look, that's great. Even better. It's probably a better show for you. But I got to tell you, it was a little nutty because I had to blow off some steam. And it got me thinking, I wonder if like I am maybe getting too old for this stuff. What do you guys think? All this pressure, all this stuff going on. I was thinking,
I'm getting too old for this shit. I'm getting
Thank you, Lucas, for that video. Lucas from Rides for Kicks. He loves making fun of me, and I love playing those videos. So that's great. Let me go in here and just do a little bit of housekeeping before we get started today. Just so you know, the live show is copyright protected against third parties. So please just go ahead and run that by me if you want to use the material. Happy to do that for you. And today's guest, Chocolate Man in Thailand and Fah, 1985. So you might not know, James's partner has her own YouTube channel. She's all over the place. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. She does it all. So I wanted to promote her YouTube channel today. She has about 2,000 subscribers. Fah, am I right? About 2,000? Thumbs up? Yeah. Fah's like way more than that. But I know when you're like at 2,000, like every 100 count, it's actually 2.1. So they're going to be coming on at about the 15-minute mark. And then guess what? For today's show, for the Vlogger News, I have Alex from the Jiu-Jitsu Passport coming on. He's going to run through Vlogger News with me. We're going to profile his channel. So I found it recently. One of my moderators recommended me over to Alex's channel, and I just love it. Lots of great material coming to you from Pattaya, Jomtien, all over the Chonburi region. So I want to have him come on. We'll kind of talk through vlogger news. I'm going to say hello to some more people in the live chat as people are kind of loading in here. Let's see who we got coming in here. Oh, we got Daystate Fox in today. Hey, Daystate, glad you can make it. I know it's a little bit better time for you in the UK. And let's see, Alex is saying pressure is good, makes diamonds. Yeah, he's feeling a little bit of the pressure. You know, Alex and I, we had to have a little pre-interview. Had some audio trouble going into the pre-interview last couple of days ago. So we sorted through it all. He's pretty good, but a little bit of stress and pressure for the pre-interview. It just confirms the fact that pre-interviews are pretty necessary. Now, James and Fah, they were like easy pre-interview. James is like, we're all good. See you later. I got to go. 5 minutes, we're out. He's such a professional. Sent me like 50 photos to use in the thumbnail. I didn't know which one to choose. It's crazy. I love working with professionals like that. So he gave me a bunch of photos of him and Fah to use for the thumbnail. And it was like a week off for me. It's easy just to pick what I wanted there. Brock's Travel is posting the link to Fah 1985. I appreciate that. And one person I wanted to kind of say hello to, I know that Foreigner Joe oftentimes watches this show. Sometimes he can't make it live. Sometimes he catches it on the replay. But I wanted to profile his station just a little bit, and that would be Thai Girl Gift and Foreigner Joe. And just wanted to have a good morning from him.
And Foreigner Joe, hope all is well. How are we doing? We are doing great, thank you.
So I just love Thai Girl Gift. You know, she was so nice to let me use some footage of her doing what she calls the chicken dance in the vlogger news. So we play that every week, and I really appreciate her letting me use that footage. So thank you, Joe, for coming in and supporting the channel. I appreciate that. He's given me a couple of shout outs on his channel previously. So I appreciate that. And we're going to actually be profiling one of his videos. It's not his latest one now. He just released one overnight, but there is a video that we're talking about a little bit later where he actually goes and helps the less fortunate. So really excited to profile that video as well. Got Al Unedited coming in here. That's great. Good to see you. Benja, nice to see you as well. Hope you're doing well. Tommy J, Gift and Joe are the best saying. Got Aaron Hill coming in here saying good morning. Your Mojo saying hello to Benja. Kobus, it is nice to see you back. I know that Kobus was not aware that the show had restarted. Sent me an email. Hey, when did this happen? About 2 weeks ago, Kobus. And I'll tell you what, the numbers have been showing. Like we definitely got to kind of start ramping things up a little bit. So welcome to everyone that might be new in the channel. If you don't know, my channel is really devoted around helping other YouTube creators and publicizing them on this show. So it's a weekly show every Saturday. I kind of go through new vloggers. We have vlogger news where we promote other vloggers that might be up and coming. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. We got Alex saying hello to Dave and Brock. That's nice. And CJ in Paradise here. And I wanted to kind of profile this because last week, if you remember the show that we had last week, we did a little profile of CJ, who I was calling CJ Paradise. Well, he had to actually start a new channel, and the name of it is CJ in Paradise. So I would just say maybe the moderators can put a link in there for CJ in Paradise. He had to kind of start over using a new channel. And sometimes that happens. I don't want to get into the details. YouTube being YouTube, sometimes this happens to us creators where, you know, for no reason, your channel's gone. You got to kind of start over again. So that's what CJ is doing. I'd appreciate that anyone that would go in there and kind of take a look at his channel, give him a couple thumbs up on the videos, maybe consider subscribing. It's tough starting over when you had a successful channel, and CJ's doing that. We've profiled him on the show a couple times, and he's been on as a guest. So if you're interested to learn more about CJ, just kind of check out one of my previous channels, and you'll see why it's a great channel to subscribe to. Now, one of the new things that I was going to be starting out here before we bring Chocolate Man in Thailand on and Fah is life lessons from Nick Dean. Now, this might be a new thing that I'm, because as you know, Nick Dean has a YouTube channel, NDTVI Thailand. And I got to tell you, so Nick does some crazy stuff, and we could all take some lessons from some of the things he does, what we should not be doing.
Ow, 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 ow. Ow, 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 ow. Ow!
So again, that is Nick Dean from the YouTube channel NDTVI Thailand. So Nick and Martin from that channel do a great weekly live show on Sundays. It's usually Sunday morning for me here in the US and Sunday evening there in Bangkok. So great show. I definitely tune into that every week. It's great. So as we were leading to earlier, man, some technical issues. What do I do to blow off steam after a show like that? Well, I got to tell you. So one thing that I do is I actually go and I dress up after the show and I go and I have a great time pranking other people. That's what I do. It's great. Hey, you got to do something to blow off some steam. That was a very stressful show last week. And you know what was interesting? I got a couple of comments last week saying, hey, don't worry about it, Richard. It was actually fun to watch. So if that was the case with all the technical issues, I was sweating it on my side and you enjoyed the show, that's great. I appreciate seeing some of those comments. Really appreciate that. And we got Simply Nanette saying hello to Dave. Appreciate that. Nice to see you in the show as well. Great, Kobus. Got a lot of people in here today. Appreciate that, guys. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Carl's Thailand is saying those monkeys stole $100. Great. Now, Carl's Thailand's got a great YouTube channel as well. So he's going around all the different areas in Thailand. A lot of the nature parks within Thailand, doing a lot of great hikes, that kind of thing. Hello to Aaron HLL saying hello to Joe. Appreciate that. Got Daz Dragon in here as well. That's great. Got a lot of great people in here. And I'll let you know, so those people that might be watching it live, you definitely want to stick around for the vlogger news and the new outro that I have going on today. So I'll be profiling a couple of the vloggers that we've had in the past. So check that out. We may show a little preview a little bit later in the show. So wanted to definitely let you know that. And let's see, Simply Nanette saying hello to Tommy J, saying let's go eat. Mojo saying hello to Earth Camper. Earth Camper is there. Appreciate that. Great. So I got to tell you, I'm so excited to welcome back James and Fah to the live show. You know, they've been a great guest over the last couple of years. They've come on a couple times, and James was actually on for my 50th live show. Now, talk about something that was crazy. That was crazy. I think I had 20 vloggers on for that show. That was a little nuts, juggling all the schedules. But he was a trooper. He came on, and I think it was a great time. So I wanted to kind of bring on James and Fah. I got a great little intro to play for them. We're going to welcome them into the live show. I think this might be their third or fourth appearance. So I'm so happy to have them on. Let's welcome them in with this intro.
All right, we are at Ao Nam Ao Pier, and we will not be denied. We will not be denied. So just by driving about 6-7 kilometers from Ao Nang, we came over here. They're still running boats. We can still get to Rai Lai. We're going to make it happen. We're making it work today. Let's do this. Say again. Drunk pier? Mao pier? Not Mao. Out in the Mao. Out in the Mao pier. Good times, easy. Like I said, guys, 100 baht a head, maybe a 10-15 minute ride top, whatever's clever. A lot cheaper to go to Koh Lan though, just saying. Nicer beaches too. But you definitely have to go to Rai Lai Beach just to go see it.
James and Fah, welcome to the Saturday Live Show.
What's up, guys? How you doing? James Casino, Chocolate Man in Thailand, and there it is. What's going on? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Yeah, it's so great to have you back. I'm going to just ask the moderators because I got to tell you, StreamYard being StreamYard, you're looking a little fuzzy on my side. Of course, you weren't earlier. Of course, you looked great earlier. Now you're a little fuzzy. How are you looking on your video? You looking good on your
looking good? Let us know. Yeah, it's coming through clear for me, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're clearing up as we're, so maybe it's me.
Yeah,
maybe
we did lose.
You,
I know Richard was having a tense moment there when he saw us black out there for a second. We did lose our connection for just a moment, but it's back now, so we should be
Yeah,
good. Hopefully.
I feel like if any guests coming on the show want to do that to me, like that's a great practical joke. Like, come in, hey, we do an audio check, looking good, and then they exit it out at the 10-minute mark. I'm like, yeah. So I got to tell you, I am so excited to have you back, man. I've been such a fan of your show, your channel for so long, for a couple years now, when you're just starting out, before you even had your 1,000 subscribers. That must seem like forever ago, huh?
That was way back, right? We go all the way back, Rich. I even watched some of the old interview. I was like, man, whew, those are some different times. Different times.
A little rough. Hey, we're still trying to find our footing. And Fah, I wanted to welcome you to the show again. This is your second appearance, and congratulations on all of your success. You're doing great. I love your channel.
Thank you.
Yes. So nice to have you on. I really liked Fah's video where she kind of talked about the haters. Hey, make me cry, make me sad. And then you're like, you flipped it. No, you give me power with all your comments. So I thought that was great. I think it's her way of trying to tell people like she's smarter than you think.
100%. Y'all better watch out. I was laughing the whole time I was watching, like, y'all ain't ready for this. Like, she's gonna suck them in, gonna draw them in. They're gonna, I guarantee half the people watched the video and were commenting before the video even ended. I was like, oh, this is gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be funny, but that's how she rolled. That's my baby.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was great. Well, she kind of let on that there might be something at the end when she said, wait until the end. I was like, oh, this is going to be good. I know what she's doing here. So great. I feel like she's maybe learned a little bit of that from you, like the tricks of like, I'm going to change it at the end, you know?
She's always been like that. Everybody see her on video and they think, oh, you know, she's so submissive and she, you know, she acts a little immature or this and that. Like, y'all, you just don't know the real Fah. Like, wait till you see it, but it's up to you.
Yeah, it's so funny. So, you know, for the intro, I got to tell you, so I was kind of sweating it a little bit, James. I didn't tell you this. So I put the video together and I had that great scene with Fah on the beach. And I thought something you didn't do that I thought to do is I slowed it down. I went to like 30% speed for more dramatic effect. And I was thinking, you're either going to like it or not like it. And I was so pleased to see your thumbs up. Like, okay, it's good. And then I asked you, did Fah, did she give it a thumbs up? It's like, make sure everyone's okay.
You're happy with the video. Did it look okay?
I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I love putting that kind of stuff together because I think it's a great chance for me to profile your channel and all the great stuff you're doing. Like you're traveling around. You were at Raleigh Beach recently, right?
Yep.
How'd you like that? You said that's someplace we got to go, but probably not your top 5 places to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool place. I mean, it's definitely a tourist destination. You know, it's kind of a one and done, maybe a 2 and done type of place, but it's fun. You got to go out there and check it out. And, you know, if you're into that ganja life or whatever, you might really enjoy it because it definitely got a lot of that going on there. But it's isolated. It's cut off from the world. You have to get there by boat. It's an interesting spot to go.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting you mentioned that, like the ganja stuff going on, right? So like it's definitely more free in Thailand. You know, things are going on a little different. But I will tell you, like some of the questions I get from people commenting is they wonder if Thailand has changed. Like some people are not into that stuff. So I guess their question is like, if I'm not into that, am I going to like smell that everywhere I go? Is it in the bars? Is it a problem? No, not so much.
I don't think it's that big an issue. I mean, honestly, I think you can find your way around it pretty simple. You know, I mean, most people keep it contained inside the dispensaries, that type of thing. It's not out in the streets. Technically you can't do it out in the streets. So most people don't do it. They don't want to get arrested.
Oh, is that right?
Don't want to get any kind of trouble. So they stay inside the dispensaries and places that if you're not interested, there's no reason you should be in there or even walking by. So it'll be all right. I don't think the two cultures are going to clash. I think they're going to keep them well divided, you know, and there's a lot of attention on the drug scene right now for obvious reasons. So, you know, I think everybody's going to follow the rules and be cool. I think there's room for everybody.
That's great. Good to hear. Big Daddy L is saying Fah does a great job on her channel. I think Fah's got a lot of admirers. So it's Fah 1985. Check it out. Subscribe. Got to get some subscribers up there. James, what do you think is her limit there? You think she could be a 100K channel?
She can do whatever she wants because, I mean, she's got her own little thing. Like, people weren't ready for that. I'm sure they watched that video and they were like, wait a minute, this is Fah? You know, oh, she's really like that? Oh, okay. She's a funny girl? Oh, okay. She knows sarcasm? Oh, okay. They weren't ready for that. So I think the sky's the limit for her.
Yeah. Greenie Travels saying hello to everyone. Good to see Greenie in here as well. That's nice. So I think one of the things I wanted to talk to you about today, James, a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff in my notes. I know we talked about a lot of stuff in the pre-interview. I had to tell you, like, get out of here, man. Like, we're losing all the spontaneity of the interview. But one of the things
Don't
you
worry,
had
I already
mentioned that,
forgot it. I got the memory of a goldfish, so it's cool.
and I think like this could be a question for you and Fa, is that one thing you mentioned is, listen, so I can talk about the equipment I use, but also I can talk to you about what equipment you probably don't need to invest in. Like one thing I found, like you don't need, tell us about that. Like what would your counsel be to other vloggers out there? What do you don't need as a vlogger?
Yeah, I actually made a real short video on this. It's on the other channel. It's just kind of a garbage video. But honestly, this is all I need in the world right here is my phone and a stick. You know, I could actually just do it with the phone, but this makes it more comfortable. But honestly, that's really all you need. You don't need cool microphones, and you don't need magical setups and lighting and all that. You know, there's guys out there making a killing on YouTube just using their phone. You know, of course, your editing skills matter, you know, and having decent audio matters. Most phones do pretty good with audio, but if it's windy out, you're going to have issues. So just, you're going to have to be able to compensate for that. You know, that's where a wireless mic can make a difference in certain environments, but you really don't have to go beyond that. Maybe a good wireless mic in your phone and you're done. So that's all I got to say about that.
Fa, what do you use your camera, your phone as well? Do you use your iPhone or?
Phone, yes, iPhone.
Yeah. You use like a stick on it as well, like what James uses?
I did have, but I forgot every time, so I just do like this.
Yeah. Well, you know, with the image stabilization in the iPhone, you could do that, right? It's not a big deal. Still looks pretty good. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Carl's Thailand, San Hilda Greeny. It's interesting because I think like all the YouTube vloggers around the Chonburi area, you've probably met them, said hello to them. Do you guys, I mean, how's that work? What's the dynamic like? You guys get in each other's way when you're filming, stuff like that? You talk about what you're going to be doing next?
Yeah, it's always fun when you get 2 or 3, 4 or 5 vloggers all in the same place at the same time in the same space. So, you know, I think by now enough of us have enough experience that we know how to, you know, hey, I'm gonna wait till you're done filming, or I'm gonna go over here and film or whatever. We usually stay out each other's way. It works out pretty well, but it can be tough trying to make the content look different. You know, we all have different release times, so it's easy to work around other people. I don't care how many vloggers come to Thailand. I don't care how many there are. We're all gonna find a different way to tell our story. So it all works out.
Yeah, and it's interesting. One of the things I wanted to talk to you about was it's perfect timing because Life After Kids with Key Williams came in, one of my favorite channels as well. Good friend of yours. Fa saying hello as well. Fa knows Key. And so one of the things I heard, I was listening to one of Fa's live streams that she was having. I heard you and Key talking in the background. You're kind of giving her some advice. And I'd love to kind of find out like what you and Fa do with other vloggers. Like, do vloggers come to you and ask for advice? Are you an open book with that kind of stuff? Or what's that like?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm you know, as long as it's unsolicited, I don't want to just give advice. I don't just walk up to bloggers and say, hey, you know, if you held your camera like this, it look better. I don't do that. But if you ask me a direct question, I'm definitely gonna, hey, you know, here's what I do. Here's how I deal with this situation. Here's how, you know, I deal with this in post, or, you know, here's how I fix an audio problem, whatever. You know, I'll just whatever I got, I'm happy to share it. Happy to tell them. There's no secrets or anything like that. I just try to help whoever wants help. But yeah, I'm definitely not going to walk around and grab you off the street, try to fix your problems.
Fa, do you have people sometimes asking for your advice, like your girlfriends asking, hey, I want to start a YouTube channel. How do I do it? Do they ask you things like that?
I don't understand.
Like, do people ask you for help? Or what about like your Instagram? Like your Instagram is really blown up. Do other people ask you like, what did you do on Instagram? How did you make it so good?
There are things I'm start YouTube because James, so I don't really get any like this. Yes.
That's something I got to mention about Fa is that she doesn't really ask me. She just does things like her making her videos and stuff like that. She just kind of like watches what I do and then just does her own thing. She doesn't ask me anything. You know, she doesn't, hey, baby, how do I make? No, she just tries to figure it out. So she's definitely a self-starter.
Yeah, she's very smart. And I think, Fa, one thing I wanted to touch on was, you know, you had a surgery recently, right? So I think that was great. You went and had some surgery done. You made a great video because, you know, a lot of people have their opinions. And I thought you did a great job, Fa, of saying it's my body, my choice, right? Did you want to talk about that a little bit? Like why that was important to you to have that surgery?
For me, I don't care about what James think, if he like or don't like, because I think if I have it, it's gonna be easy for me to wear clothes or dress. yeah, that is important. And I'm been thinking maybe like 2 years. Yes. Yeah.
Oh wow, for 2 years you were thinking about that. Yeah, I thought I kind of got the impression you've been thinking about it for a long time. Interesting. Yeah, it's great. It's good
Yeah,
video.
it's never really a conversation we had. It's just something. And again, this happens all the time. She decides to do these things without even. She got her eyes fixed, surgery on her ear. Most of this stuff I didn't know until it already was done. You know, like especially with her eyes. You know, she went and got eye surgery. She didn't tell me till like I don't know. It was like 2 days after before I even found out that she had eye surgery. I'm like, what? So yeah, she's definitely her own woman by far.
Yeah, that's great. And Key is saying James is always so helpful. Yeah, and that's something I heard is like you were giving her advice on this, and this is why you should be doing more live streams, right? Connect with your audience, that kind of thing. Do you find a lot of YouTube creators sort of shy away from doing live streams? They prefer just to do the edited videos?
Not everybody has the gift of gab, so I don't really push the live stream so much on the people that I don't think are going to be comfortable doing it. Because of course you don't want to get on a live stream and start looking very uncomfortable. You don't know what to say. You don't know what to point the camera at. I mean, you're completely lost. So maybe that person probably shouldn't do a live stream. But if I know you have a big personality and I know it's going to come out, if you're distracted for a minute and you're looking around and you're having a good time, you'll make a good live stream. Then definitely I'm going to push it. Like Key was definitely one. I know Key can talk. I know she good. So I know she's comfortable. I was like, yes, just keep doing them live streams. People have fun with it, especially. Yeah, she did a live stream from I think Nana Plaza. No, it was Nana Plaza, Soy Cowboy or something. Golden material, golden. She was having a great time down there, so it made for a great live stream.
So great. Sounds like something Key would do. So great. So it's interesting because one of the things I've been following on your channel is the fact that you are a big renter of trucks and cars, but you don't have your own. I'm just kind of curious. Like, do you think you may actually pull the trigger and purchase one or go into payments on one at some point?
Yeah, I got commitment issues, so I'm finally kind of getting in that zone. I just finally locked into another apartment, so that makes things easier. Now I got a place to live for another years. I'm like, I don't know. Every time I think about buying something that big and that expensive, it feels like I'm more locked into my situation, and I don't like being locked into anything. I want to be able to have the freedom to move. That's why I don't mind renting cars. I know people always you spend a lot of money and blah blah blah. Well, it's my money, so don't worry about it. It's just not a big deal to me. There's no commitment with a rental car. I don't have to worry about insurance, maintenance, or anything like that. I can take it for as long as I want, and bring it back. In worst case, I might have to pay a $5,000 deposit if something breaks on it. That was my fault. So it's really not a big deal for me to rent vehicles. It's just more convenient.
So Earth Camper is saying Pha has a lot of potential in terms of how to show Thailand to the world. I think that's great. I feel the same way. I think that brings up a question I have for you. I might have missed your video where you addressed this because I saw the video where you crashed your drone. You had like the Mavic Mini, I think. So you crashed that. Yep. You got a new one though, it seems like, right? Is that the same model or did you go up a little bit? Different drone?
No, I just got the same model. Yeah, the Mini 2 is an absolutely excellent performing drone. It doesn't have a lot of avoidance or anything like that. But my mistake was to fly it without GPS, which was completely my fault. And it tells you very specifically, very adamantly in the instructions that if you fly it in that mode, the drone will do unpredictable things. So completely my fault. I flew without GPS, ran into a tree, and it's swimming at the bottom of a waterfall somewhere in Washington, never to be heard from again. That's okay, but I haven't made that mistake since. So now, from now on, if I don't have GPS, I just don't fly the drone. But we've been having the new one has been working out great. I've had it for over a year now, and it's no issues.
And you bought and registered that in Thailand? Is that what you did?
Right, you got to buy it here. Yep. And that's the thing. Like when you buy it from the DJI store, registration, insurance, all that stuff, you can get it all as a package. So you're straight. You don't have to worry about it. No issues.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I guess my question I have for you on that, would you recommend the Mini for as a beginner drone? Or would you recommend the one up from that with all the avoidance stuff?
Yeah, the avoidance stuff isn't even, it's pretty good on the next level up, but that's a big, you're making a much more larger financial thing. I think honestly, you can get the cheaper drone, go fly it in some safe areas, especially somewhere you can crash and recover the drone pretty easy. And you're going to get the hang of it. And you're going to understand how all the electronics work. And I don't know why spend more money. Honestly, you're going to get the same video quality, my opinion, just go with the cheaper one until you know what you're doing.
Yeah. Now, Fa, question for you. What part of Thailand are you from originally? Are you from up north, Isan?
Chiang Mai.
Oh, Chiang Mai. Oh, nice. Oh, James. So any pressure to go and relocate to Chiang Mai?
No.
No.
No, we don't have those kind of discussions, you
No?
know. That's the thing. Me and Fa, we understand. We've been together for almost 2 years now, so she pretty much understands what I like, and she understands what she likes. You know, I know what she is into. I know what I'm into. We don't bang heads on that because the relationship would probably have been over a long time ago. So I do what I do. She does what she does, and we don't make a thing out of it. That's why we get along as well as we do.
Yeah, and I think that shows on the channel, James. Like you guys are so complimentary. You look great together on the videos on your channel. But is that something that you maybe gave some thought to initially? Were you thinking, I don't know if I want to put Fa in front of the camera, if it'll maybe be tough on our relationship, pressure, or were you just like, let's do it? That's who I am.
She knows I was a YouTuber. There was no, like, you're gonna be on camera. Like you got, she had plenty of times to escape and pull the ejection handles, do whatever she had to do. And I was like, basically on like our first or second date or whatever, cameras out, here we go. Like, you ready? Of course, she was shy, didn't really know what to do, but she understood that this is how it's gonna go down. There's gonna be a lot of camera action between us.
Yeah, I mean, what's it like for you two walking around Pattaya, Jomtien? Because I feel like you are probably so well known. Do you get stopped a lot? Is it tough for you to get from one point to the next because everyone's stopping you, try to talk to you?
We get more and more every day, and that's perfectly fine. We have no problem running into the followers of the channel saying hi. No one ever oversteps their bounds. They just, hey, how you doing? We saw you. We love your channel. Shake hands. Can we get a photo? Whatever. All that stuff is cool. I never have an issue with that. So I know Fa gets put in some awkward positions sometimes. She doesn't really like people coming up to her when she's alone. It makes her feel a little bit uncomfortable, and that's fine. They don't really know, and I'm sure they can tell that she's getting a little uncomfortable, but pretty much she doesn't go out alone anyway, so she's usually with friends or with me.
Yeah, that's great. Now, Fa, tell us what all your social media is. You have Fa 1985 for YouTube. You also have Instagram, TikTok. What are those profiles? What's your Instagram? What's your TikTok?
I don't remember the name of TikTok or Instagram.
I'm sure the mods can dig it up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Mr. Mitch is in there. I'm sure he's got it.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Mr. Mitch will find it, though. If it's out there, Mr. Mitch will find it.
Most
so
definitely.
Great.
Most definitely.
Yeah, no, it's great. So, I mean, is Fa's channel more devoted towards live streams and the shorts? Is that kind of where her segment is? Is that what you're doing now, Fa? Kind of more live streaming and YouTube shorts? Yeah.
I like to do live streams.
Yeah, you get a lot of people on your live streams, I've noticed. Does Fa have any moderators coming in helping out?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sure Mitch is in there, but she's made a couple other people mods that have been there for the longest time. So, yeah, she's definitely got some assistance.
That's great. Time to get going. Saying hello, Richard, James, and Fa. It's great to see him in there as well. That's great. Yeah, it's interesting. One of the things that I definitely talked to you about when I first had you on the show, James, was and I talked about this on the pre-interview, was I really felt like not really the reason for your success, but this helped with your success is your social media and branding was spot on before you blew up. Before you had 1,000 subscribers, when you had a couple hundred, you had your Chocolate Man in Thailand, your branding down. You had all your social platforms open. You had a Facebook page, which is better than a Facebook group, I learned. So everyone can see it. I didn't know that stuff. So you knew all this stuff. And I was wondering, like, did you make it a conscious decision? Like, I'm going to go to Thailand, I'm going to retire there, and YouTube is going to be a major part of that retirement.
No, the pandemic was the genesis for all of this. I got bored, started watching. I didn't really watch YouTube before the pandemic. I really wasn't into it. I was, Netflix guy or whatever. But yeah, I started watching more YouTube. Of course, I started getting into Chuck and Joe, CJ, all of them, started watching them. And I was like, yep, I was convinced I could do this. And before I launched the channel, I was checking names. I was Googling things. That's the biggest thing when you're about to start a channel. If you're going to do, I don't care what platform you're going to do it on, the first thing you want to do is Google that name and see what hits. Like if you're starting if you pick a really common name and everybody and their mother comes up when you Google it, that's probably not the name you want to use. So when I came up with Chocolate Man in Thailand, I knew that was when I said it in my head, I was like, wow, that's going to hit hard. That's going to hit hard. I know it is. I started Googling it. Nobody had it. There was nothing else that really came up with it. I was like, yep, let me run with this. So I built the Facebook, built the Instagram, built the YouTube channel, and, it was off to the races after that.
And I know you actually, this is going way back. I know you talked about this on a See You Around video. I know you and Guang talked about this on a video around your name and why you chose that and what it means. I'd love to kind of get into that a little bit since you brought it up, because I think it's important for people to understand like what the meaning is behind the name and why you chose that. You want to kind of talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it goes back to Vietnam era and all the military that was in, Southeast Asia. And it originally started with GIs giving out chocolate bars and that type of thing, because of course they got issued all this stuff. They got Hershey bars and all that. It was part of the normal package. And a lot of the locals would call them chocolate man. It didn't matter. The race wasn't really that big of a thing. It was more about the fact that they were giving chocolate out, and you can find these stories on there. You can Google this stuff. It's out there. But that's initially what happened. Then after that, it turned into a race thing where they started identifying Black people as chocolate man, and it kind of went from there. But again, it was never really, it wasn't a racist thing. It wasn't like to be negative. It was just a descriptive term that they had, that's all it was. It's really that simple. It's really that simple.
Yeah. And I totally get what you're saying there, because in Thailand, Thai ladies say chocolate man a lot. And it's no negative connotation to it. It's just the descriptive term that they choose to use. And it's very loving, very friendly. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit, because I know, like you said, it hits hard, right? And one of the things I noticed when I was ordering the shirt, the Chocolate Man in Thailand shirt, is that it doesn't say chocolate man, it says chocolate bar. Now, was that because it got flagged on Teespring? You had to use a different name for...
Did it say chocolate bar?
Yeah.
Or was that the chocolate bar? I think it's called, the collection is called the chocolate bar collection. Okay. Yeah.
See, I was reading more into
I used to have the other logo with my face on it that I kind of was like, no, I'm not really digging that anymore. So I also had this logo made with the chocolate bar on it. So I called that the chocolate bar collection.
See, that was my attempt to be controversial. I'm going to go down the controversial.
Good try.
No, didn't work.
Good try.
Didn't work. So funny. Yeah, I think that's great. So you really didn't plan on making a YouTube channel. Now, looking back on it, are you glad you did it? Or do you think there's too much time involved in doing what you're doing?
No, it's an amazing distraction, especially for a retired guy. Like if I was working a full-time job trying to do this, I can see the struggle. That would really suck. I wouldn't want to try to do it. But as a retired guy, I have all the time in the world. And this is an amazing distraction. It's a lot of fun. Met the connections. There's nothing more important than the connections I've made, the people and the friends that I never would have had without YouTube. Absolutely would not have happened. I mean, you're just one of many, Richard, that people I never would have interacted with if this hadn't happened. So
yeah,
YouTube is a very positive influence.
Yeah, I second that. Like I met a lot of people I usually probably wouldn't meet. I feel like once I get back there, it'll be a different world for me, running into all of you. I think it'll be great. Now, I will tell you, talking about distractions. So Fah actually made a video on her channel saying my boyfriend's crazy. And it was you guys playing like video games. So I would never would have guessed, James, that you were in like video games. But are you kind of a gamer a little bit, you and Fah?
Go ahead, baby.
I just know I'm doing my like bingo or something like that. I have no idea about this.
Yeah, she's not. We're both not big gamers. I thought about starting like a gaming channel. Like sometimes I'll when I'm a little intoxicated after a good night on Soy 6 or something, I'll come home, turn on the game, and make a live stream out of it. I got Stream OBS and all that all on my other computer, and every once in a while I'll do a live stream but I get about 10 people watching. I suck at games, so yeah, it's pretty horrible. It's usually just totally for fun. And I'm not a big gamer. No, I turn on a game like once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks at the most. So
I wasn't surprised to hear that, because when I looked at the video, which is 3 hours long, by the way, it's a 3-hour live video of you gaming. It takes you 1 hour to set up to actually get started. So I was kind of skimming through. I'm like, when does the actual gaming start? I think it took you forever to like choose your player, your settings. I'm like, come on, James.
Yeah, sometimes, OBS can be a mofo sometimes. I try to do it on StreamYard, I try to do it on OBS, and without a capture card, you got to be a little more tricky to make it work. So I eventually got it, but it's all good. I have a good system now, but I'm not really going to do a whole lot with it.
Yeah, I got to tell you. So you brought up a couple different applications there. So we talked about this on the pre-interview. StreamYard and I, we're kind of frenemies now. It's like we're battling, because like I've been so loyal to them for almost 3 years now, and I feel like boy, their quality has been suspect. Like to start out the show today, like for your side, your video looked a little suspect, a little pixel. Now it's great. But I mean, do you find that that happens to you when you go live? Sometimes you have these issues, technical glitches, or not so much?
Yeah, I mean, there's always glitches with live stream, especially when I do a live stream. I'm usually on the move. We're usually in transit somewhere. So we're at the mercy of whatever signal we get. I know the biggest thing that causes problem, though, is not turning off my Wi-Fi on my phone and being in 5G. So 4G, turn off your Wi-Fi, and then your phone isn't trying to fight for a signal. It just sticks with 4G, and that usually improves a lot of problems with connections.
That's interesting. Yeah. I'll tell you, like a lot of people don't realize how difficult it is to do a mobile live stream like what you do. For me, I can't read the comments. It's too small. I've tried like making it larger, but like it's more difficult than you think. And I feel like when you're doing a mobile live stream, everyone's like, hey, come on, answer my question. I comment. And you're like, honestly, man, like it's hard to see this stuff. The bright sunlight.
We had to switch to a 2-phone setup now. So I have my other phone. Okay. Yes, monitoring the chat with the text turned up much larger, so that works out a lot better. Or sometimes I use the GoPro, so I'm monitoring and transmitting with the phone, and then the GoPro is doing all the camera work.
Ah, that's actually pretty smart. I was thinking for me, I'd have to have like an iPad, walking down like walking street with an iPad so I could read the comments. That would be a little net. But I think you do a really good job. People don't realize when you're mobile live streaming how difficult it is to stay upright. Like all it takes is hitting one little pothole and you're down. You know, so you break a foot, you know, break an ankle, that kind of stuff.
Yes, if you're going to be on the move during a live stream, you better be very well of your, you know, very, very aware of your surroundings or you're going to get hurt. And it's happened many times. You know, I don't know if anybody watches her, but Jess Ketch, she's a huge Twitcher here in Pattaya and around Thailand. But she has one where she was walking along and she smacked her head right into some structure that she was walking past. You know, she made a video out of it. It was hilarious. But I mean, that's exactly what can happen. You get too focused on what you're doing and trying to read the chat. You can definitely cause yourself an issue. Be careful.
So you say that story. I bet you like there's at least 2 or 3 of my moderators that are saying, Richard, don't tell your story. Richard, don't. 'Cause I got a story to tell. You bring that up about smacking your head. So I was in the Philippines and I was walking down one of the alleys and literally they had an air conditioning unit that stuck out. It was gray in color. It's kind of a gray day. I hit it directly with my forehead, like at 10 miles an hour walking, bam. And then didn't think much of it. Went to the bar, had 1 beer, James, went to the bathroom, got sick, went back to the hotel, got sick on it. I think I had like a major concussion. I probably should have went to the hospital. I never saw the air conditioner. Like I literally slammed it with my head and yeah, it was not good. So that's my story, guys. I'll wrap it up. Very quick story. People are like, don't tell that story again. We've heard it 1,000 times, Richard, please. But it happens, man.
Can be dangerous. Be careful.
Yeah, it's so funny. And yeah, I think Mighty and Pattaya saying, James, there's a market for drunk gaming streamers. Yeah, I think, yeah, there's a market for everything on YouTube and Twitch and stuff. So when you do that, do you stream on Twitch? Are you not streaming on your regular channel?
No, I don't use Twitch at all. I'm not a fan. I tried to look at the Twitch thing, and that is a world for young streamers with, I don't know, a lot of free time because they expect 8-9 hour long streams almost every day. It's just the Twitch world. You really got to be more in tune with the pop culture side of it, and it's just I have no interest in it. It's just too much. Just too much.
So
I'm happy in my YouTube, my old man YouTube world.
So that's more for younger people. That Twitch.
It seems like it. It seems like a much younger crowd, and I don't know. There's a lot of weird things on Twitch. I just wasn't a fan of that world. It wasn't for me.
So for a young kid like myself, I could probably do better on Twitch. Is what you're saying? So
you're gonna love it, Richard. You're gonna have a great time out there. Let me tell you.
Even Fah laughed at that one. Fah's like, "You're not young, Richard. You're an old guy." Okay, on to the next subject. So your mojo's asking you, James, did you ever find your stolen bike?
So we have I forgot the equivalent of the Thai FBI. They've been giving me reports daily, letting me know they've kind of zeroed in on a location. They're getting the SWAT team out. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a raid any day here. I really wish the person that took the bike would just bring it back so we don't have to go through all this process. But, you know, I'm probably, I don't know, 5 to 10 year prison term in Thai prison. I don't think it's worth it. I would probably just get back the bike. But, you know, I'm just saying. It's not my fault we're having to go through this.
Hey, was this like a scooter of yours that was taken from you? I have never heard of this happening in
You know,
Thailand.
it was
Usually,
just
like,
a
so
just a
honest.
regular old beautiful bicycle that I bought brand
bicycle.
new. You know, I thought I would loan it out to a friend for a short period of time. You know, and it just turned into a whole nother thing. You know, it's unfortunate. You just never, you don't know who you can trust in this world. Let me tell you.
Is Fah involved in this story with the bike?
No. She's completely outside the box on this
Fah's
one.
onto something. Like Fah's up to something. I can see she's got that mischievous smile. She's like, I think she's onto
I
something.
don't remember what he bike looked like.
So funny. So I think one of the things I would struggle with being retired in the area that you're in the Chonburi area, is the fact that there's so many bars. Like drinking is like, man, you ingest so many calories. How do you sort of like counteract it, balance out? Because you can't just be drinking all the time. Are you exercising? Do you belong to a gym? How do you get that bar life balance that you should have?
Yeah, I used to be in great shape, you know, and then yeah, I was having a good time, you know. I was doing a lot more exercise, a lot more walks and all that, but I just get kind of lazy. And then we start to travel. We travel a lot, so we don't really have to worry about nightlife and things going on in Patsy all the time. We're gone for like 2, 3, 4 weeks at a time. Come back, you know, relax and chill out. You know, if you don't want to be in the bar life in Patsy, you don't have to be.
So I think I may be getting to the bottom of the story. I think Alex might be involved with this bicycle
Are you seeing
story.
something there?
Yeah, we just had a comment come in from this guy named Jiu-Jitsu Passport. New channel, 100K channel, this guy. So you might have something to do with this. You might want to check that out. I'm happy to help out here, James. So there you go. That's my help. Okay.
Yep.
Everyone got.
I'm going to go ahead and screen record this and make sure we get this to the proper authorities.
So funny. So what's next on the channel, James? You say you're going to be doing a lot of traveling. Are you looking to get out of the country at some point? Maybe to go other countries?
Yeah, we're gonna do something here. So we'll get the apartment moved. We'll get relaxed. We got to go do some other stuff in Prachuap, go down south again. But maybe after that, we'll finally cross some borders here.
Yeah.
No idea which way we're gonna go yet, but
yeah, that's great. I think it's wonderful. I think now that things are kind of getting back to normal, like you have some more freedom, flexibility to kind of get out and do that kind of stuff. I will tell you, like a lot of people I talk to that do vlog in the Thai community, they say like, yeah, they could go and travel, but they like Thailand. So they'd rather just kind of travel around. Or, you know, I talk to Thailand Rob all the time. You know, Rob says like, he's kind of one of those guys that finds a nice place and likes to stay there. So he doesn't travel around. And that's just because he's living in paradise. Like, do you kind of feel the same applies to you? Like you found this area, you love it there. Why travel? Because you've done so much traveling in the past, you know?
Yeah, that's one of the problems with Thailand is it does kind of suck you in. Like if you really want to experience something, you pretty much can find it in Thailand. So like if we're looking for the Maldives, if we're looking for mountains, if we're looking for this, like, trust me, there's a spot in Thailand that's going to mimic it perfectly. So do you really need to leave the country to go do this different stuff when you can get it here already? It's kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Cowboy Vic, thank you for saying great to see you back, Richard. He sent me a great email. I really appreciate that. And to anyone that sent me emails over the last year, I really appreciate that. Some really great comments and supportive messaging. I did not receive any from James, but that's okay. Just kidding, James. Just kidding. Just jokes. Just jokes. But it's interesting. So you mentioned like you don't travel a lot right now, but I know you did a lot of traveling before coming to Thailand, also when you were serving as well. So first of all, thank you for your service. You want to talk a little bit about that, like all the different countries you've been to previous to coming to Thailand? Like you've been to Germany, right? Other
there's
countries?
no way I could list all the places I've been. It's
over Europe and Asia, right?
I didn't have a YouTube channel, 10 years ago, because I missed out on some great stuff. But yeah, I've traveled all over the planet. I've been to like, I don't know, 60, 70 countries. I lose count. It's just, it's a tiny blue ball floating around out in space, and you should see as much of it as possible. And I've tried to. I really have. I enjoyed having a career that allowed me to go all over the place. I was never happy at home. I couldn't wait to leave. It was great. It was great. I've seen some really amazing places, like especially Europe. Europe is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. The Mediterranean is beautiful. Of course, I love Asia. The one place that has eluded me of all this entire planet, the one place that has eluded me the hardest is South America, though. I have no time in South America, which is a shame. So I will fix that, though, in the near future.
Wow, that's great. Now, I think one of the friends that Fah has in a very far away area in Thailand is Thai Girl Gift. So I think seems like Fah gets along pretty well with Thai Girl Gift. Are you guys looking to go back to Foreigner Joe's place for Thanksgiving? You doing another
More likely
Thanksgiving
we'll be there.
dinner? Yeah.
Yep, more likely we'll be there. We're not going to tell. We're going to keep this. No, I'm sure we'll be there.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll be there. It's going to be kind of a large crowd this year, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I think that was a great video. For those that don't know, like Thai Girl Gift and Foreigner Joe had a great get together. A lot of vloggers came. I think No Time to Be Sad. Chuck was there. Dave from Gotta Love Thailand. Mr. Mitch was there. It's so funny. I was going to put a joke in the live chat during that whole Thanksgiving thing. Like, of course, Mr. Mitch is there. You got to have a moderator there. So Mr. Mitch is there. He's got his own YouTube channel, but I think he's kind of distancing himself from that right now. But that looked like a fun time. So you guys, I think that'll be a great video to do again, like year 2, the Thanksgiving dinner at Joe's place. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always a good time. Always a good time. I'm sure we'll break off and do some other stuff while we're down there. But yeah, we'll definitely enjoy some eats and good company with Joe and the fam. It should be fun.
Yeah. Now, when did you first come to Thailand, James?
Oh, 2008. Yeah, 2008 was my first time in Thailand.
Yeah. What'd you like
Short
about it when
trip,
you
but
first
lots of
came?
fun.
Yeah.
I'm
A
sorry?
couple days. What'd you most like about it when you first came?
Yeah, of course, we came right here to Pattaya.
Yep.
Right to walking
Dropped you
street,
right off.
different world. It was crazy back then. It was just nuts, and the whole time you're just wide-eyed and like, what is going on? One of the things I remember the most about that experience was the hotel. We stayed at this place called Tim Boutique. I don't even know if it's still open or not, but it was a brand new hotel when we got there. And I wasn't ready for this. We went out one day and I left some dirty clothes on the floor. I didn't leave them in a bag. I didn't mark them. I didn't do anything. And by the time we got back from partying that night, all my stuff was washed and folded and laying on my bed. I was like, what? That was my first, I was like, okay, this is a different world over here. They take care of you. They take care of you. That hotel was great. That was really amazing for us.
Wise man saying, do it sooner than later. With the politics in South America is getting crazy. So maybe some good advice for you. I'm sure it's on your radar as soon as you can get over there, which is great.
Well, it's an entire continent, so I'm not too worried. It's more than one country to go to.
Yeah. So how is your Thai? Do you speak any Thai to Fah?
No, not really.
And
even if I did, I wouldn't tell her anyway. I want to keep it a secret how much Thai I actually know. That way, she can't sneak anything in.
But see, I think so. Fah probably speaks Thai, and she probably speaks Isan, right? Fah, you speak Isan as well?
Yes, I'm starting learning Isan from my brother because he come visit me many times. But I can't even read Thai well, so.
Oh, wow! All right, breaking news.
Yes.
That's great. I'm surprised. Fah.
That's her English.
Yeah. So go ahead, James.
No, I'm just saying she concentrates too much on English, so it kind of affects her Thai a little bit. Like we literally have people walk up to us sometime and speak Thai to her, and she's like, "Huh?" she's like, "What? What did you say?"
Sometimes
Oh wow!
I cannot read som tam or like tom yum goong. I take time like a half hour to forget that word.
Oh wow! Well, I feel like I was getting pretty good speaking Thai when I was traveling back there a lot. Now I feel like I've lost it all. I got to go like heads down and study a little bit because I do like speaking to Thai people in Thai. But like I said, it's pretty much all gone away, man. It's nuts. I would think probably for you hanging around with a lot of like expats, you probably don't have the need to speak Thai very much because everything's like English, right?
Yeah, that's a problem. We live in cities where they're dominated by expats, so it's really not an issue to speak English. So and they're trying to learn anyway. Like I get Thai people all the time trying to speak English with me, have a conversation. I think that's the most common time that I get it is when I'm in a boat. I'm trying to go through somewhere in town, and the driver is yapping to me the whole time because he wants to practice his English. So which is great. It's awesome that they're so interested in it. They're like, hey, where are you from? And, what do you do here? And, they're so curious. It's like, yeah, cool. We can have a conversation,
Yeah, I do find like, so that would kind of get on me a little bit is like, listen, I don't want to really talk that much. I just want to get to the next place. So, but yeah, they want to practice their English and stuff like that. Right. Yep. So yeah,
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
So Mr. Mitch says, I speak fluent Thai. So I've heard anyway. What's the deal with that? Does he really speak Thai?
Yeah, he picked that up in the bar that he just bought. So if you guys haven't been to Mitch's bar, he also runs a language school there in the back. So it's a really interesting setup. I've never seen that before where you open up a bar and then you start a language school in the base. It's really cool. It's really cutting edge, innovative. Yeah,
and I now feel like this live show is full of inside jokes that I'm not getting. So thanks for that, James. Yes. Awesome. So great. Yeah. And let's see. Fah is in Cambodian, but I think maybe I forget. Fah, you want to talk about that? No.
I get it like a million times, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But Brock, she does not like it. Not
yes,
good.
Born
Brock.
and raised in Chiang Mai.
Brock, you might have just got banned on her channel now. She's like, write down Brock's
Brock
travels.
I think somebody else was asking.
Like you. Here's your mojo. He said first.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of Cambodian people that live in Thailand. Like it's pretty common. Like you speak Cambodian, you speak sometimes Lao, Isan, Thai, all the different languages kind of floating around there. From what I understand. What do I know?
Anywhere within 100 kilometers of the border, you're going to get a complete mix and a hodgepodge of people. And, they're all going to be mixed race. They're all speaking 2-3 different types of languages with different dialects. And it's just, that's just the border life. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, I do feel like there is the one bar in Jomtien, the Wombat bar, where it's kind of like the vlogger meetup. Is that one of the primary areas where most of the vloggers in the area meet up and kind of talk and network?
Yeah, absolutely. So Steve and Oi are just amazing hosts. It's a great little place, has awesome food. They've just expanded, so now it's a double wide unit, and they are the most gracious hosts, and they are really into the YouTube culture and helping us out, and I think Steve was getting a lot of engagement from other YouTubers asking him to come in there. Can we do a live show? Can we do this and do that? And I think he just decided, hey, look, once a month, we're going to do a meetup. We'll get everybody here. We'll have a good time. Sometimes he'll do a buffet, whatever. So yeah, we really appreciate Steve doing his thing there. Wombat, Kiwi Bar, Jomtien. Make sure you guys check it out.
Yeah, I think that's a good point because I feel like that would be difficult to find a bar where it's kind of YouTube vlogger friendly, where you don't feel uncomfortable getting the phone out, doing a live stream, vlogging, that kind of stuff.
And
are there many bars like that?
You have to consider the customers as well. Not every customer wants to be on camera, near a camera, any of that stuff. So again, that's why he kind of does it once a month. That way, hey, you guys got fair warning. There's going to be a bunch of YouTubers in here. There's going to be cameras, just be ready for that. 29 days out of the rest of the month, you can come to the bar without being harassed. And that's exactly the compromise and the balance he's had. And yes, there are some bars that are more YouTube friendly than there are other ones, and which is, we make perfectly sense. Some people don't want cameras in their face. We get that completely. So we don't really push the issue. Nick is a very camera friendly bar as well. If you go to NDTVI, again, don't try to get in all the customers' faces, but if you want to,
the name of that one?
Nick from NDTVI, he's got the A7 bar, Hedonism, and I forgot the other one, but
you pretty much got them all. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I think that's a good point because you want to make sure you're going in there, someone that's going to be friendly to you with the camera, that kind of stuff. Now it's interesting. So a lot of YouTube creators that are getting started. Do you want to kind of profile any before we kind of start to wrap up things here in a minute or two? Like anyone?
One more time there. Profile who?
Any new YouTube vloggers in the area? Anyone that that you want to kind of profile? Like, hey, check out this YouTube channel. Check out. There's a lot, I bet.
Yeah, that's the problem. There's so many guys starting up, and I bumped into so many people getting their new channels. I don't want to miss anybody, so I hate listing anybody because there is a bunch of them. And I meet new YouTubers every week. Hey, I just started my channel. I got 200 subscribers, whatever. The best thing I can do for them is subscribe, and then hopefully, or if they do a live stream or something like that, or I'm on their channel, I'm happy to say a word or something. But yeah, there is no way I'm going to remember them all. No way at all. Yeah. But the ones that are taking off right now, of course, Alex is going out there. He really put the effort in. I told him, you got to make daily videos. And I guess he took that to heart because he went crazy when he started YouTube. I'm like, okay, this, he asked me a few questions on the first couple of videos and then he was doing his own thing. He's like, all right, I'm going. I got it. See ya. So
yeah, smart guy.
Yep.
Tommy J brought him to my attention. And it's another Tommy pick, Tommy can pick him. So I was all about, Jiu-Jitsu passport. I want to say thank you, Brenda Smith, for your $4.99. Appreciate that. Super chat, super sticker. Appreciate that. That's great. Yeah, I think there's a lot of up and coming YouTube vloggers on the scene, especially there in Thailand. It's really great to see that happen and great to see them profiled, which is really what I'm all about, is just kind of profiling more and more channels. So James, you kind of went from being a daily vlogger to a weekly vlogger. What's next coming up for you? What's the next video coming out?
Yeah, we kind of shoot our shot when we got it. And this whole last week, I was sick, so we missed out on a lot of opportunities to film stuff and get out and see there were some great events. We were going to go up to Bangkok and go to Chris's big party for retired working for you. We're going to go see his big meetup. And, you know, we had all kinds of plans, and then I got sick. So that screwed everything up. So we missed out on a lot of good opportunities. We're going to go see the Buffalo races and all that. Just a lot of good content that's fallen by the wayside, but that's okay. There's tons and tons of things coming up here in Thailand, here in Pattaya. So we'll have good content for you. We'll have good stuff coming up soon.
Well, I think you mentioned Chris Parker from the YouTube channel, Retired Working for You. Great guy, great support of the channel. God, he's been on like 3 times this channel. Really great. And I would say anyone that's interested, like he's as nice in person as he is on his YouTube channel. Like really nice guy. So yeah, it'd be cool if you could actually get to do a meetup with him. And that would be cool. That'd be nice. Well, we're kind of wrapping up things here. James, I went up over a couple minutes here, but I wanted to thank you for coming on the show. And Fah, thank you for coming back on the show, your second appearance. So nice to have you on. Great. So I wanted to say definitely for anyone that's not subscribed to James's channel, please check out Chocolate Man in Thailand. I think everyone in here is probably subscribed. They know who you are, James. You're like a celebrity.
Most of the names in here are just like family. I know, like I don't think I've seen one name that I didn't recognize, which is pretty good in the chat. There's like literally nobody I don't recognize. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And Fah, thank you for coming on. And congratulations on all your success of your YouTube channel, Fah 1985. What a channel. Go check her out. It's great. Perfect, guys. I'm going to let you go. Thanks for coming on the show. I'm going to send you out with the awesome outro, Chocolate Man in Thailand and Fah 1985. Thanks, guys. So thank you, James and Fah, for coming back to the show today. Really appreciate having them on the show. And I'll tell you, James was one of the first ones to reach out to me when I was thinking about coming back on restarting the show. He said, whatever you need, just let me know. So I thought that was great. And I definitely took advantage of that, having him on the show today. Greg is saying, good vibes, every day part of life, saying superstar team for sure. Appreciate that. And for those of you that are new to the live show, stay tuned because we have the Jiu-Jitsu Passport Alex coming on to run through a segment we call Vlogger News, where we profile local vloggers in the area. And we're also going to profile Alex's channel today. So we got a little clip that we're going to show for him. We're going to talk about Chev and Dev, who was on the channel just a couple weeks ago, broke 100K, and they're now visiting in Nepal. But those of you that are familiar with the show know that we first got to take a quick little intermission break. We're going to be taking you to the moon today. So we're trying to get the advertisement out that the show is back. And one of the great ways to do it is to go big. So check this out. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. We're getting ready for Vlogger News here, but I will tell you one thing. I just was told by one of the moderators that we picked up a advertisement, a sponsor for the show during the break. I guess James is someone that everyone is very interested in, got some attention from some local businesses. So I guess I'm going to play this ad. I think the moderator, Mr. Mitch, has loaded into my StreamYard app. So we're ready to go. I guess we're going to be talking or seeing an advertisement from D&D Mattress. Oh, so welcome to the show, D&D Mattress, as an advertiser. Let's check it out.
Hey, this is Dean Trumbull for the Mattress Man. Give me a call at 370-0466. For a limited time only, D&D Mattress has queen mattress sets for $99 and king sets for $129. Oh yeah.
Shit, man, you okay?
Oh, that can't be good. Well, hopefully he is okay. All right, guys. Well, now it's gotten to the great part of the show where we talk about vlogger news and some new vloggers. And again, we have Alex from the Jiu-Jitsu Passport joining us to run through vlogger news today. Let's cue the vlogger news intro, and we'll bring Alex into the live show. We'll run through the news.
Hello, this is Mr. Egg from the Papataya, and this is Vlogger News on the Risha Travel Live Show.
Hello.
Alex, welcome to the Saturday live show.
How you doing, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Great.
Great.
Man, your background looks good. Looking good, my friend. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you
your
for having me
channel,
on.
man. I'm such a huge fan of your channel, man. Tommy J, my moderator, turned me on. Love
Thank
it,
you
man.
so much.
You know what you're doing when it comes to videos. You keep the videos moving. You got the great music going on. Oh, so great. Congratulations on all your success. How many subscribers so far? A little bit over 4,000?
A little bit over 4,000. Yeah, like 460 maybe, 4,050, 4,060, something like that. Yeah.
And how long ago did you start it? Pretty recent channel, right?
At the end of the month so right now about 9 months. It's been 9 months since I started. Yeah.
That's great. Such a quick build up there. Nice job. So I think
Thank
you. One thing that got me with your channel, why I wanted to have you on today, is first of all, like great videos. I feel like you really have a sense of timing with your videos. You keep it interesting, crisp edits, and the music. I mean, where do you find your music, man? You get that out of the YouTube library, Epidemic?
No, I have it's called Artlist or Artilist. It's a website where you can pay a monthly fee, and then you got access to thousands of songs. And then I just go in there and I got a whole bunch of songs that I already downloaded and I already cut them to match whatever I'm shooting or whatever I'm if I'm talking, it just kind of matches what I think is going to be a good match for the theme of the video or for my flow of the video.
Yeah. Well, you do a great job. You definitely, that's something you can't really learn. Like it's ingrained in you. Like you got a sense for the music and what goes with the scene. Big Daddy L, Rob is saying, my man, Jiu-Jitsu Passport. Got a
What's
fan
up, Big Daddy Rob?
Yeah. So the question I have for you, because I want to show a clip of one of your videos. That you did
Go ahead.
so the music is copyright free, right? I'm not going to get in trouble.
Yeah,
it's good.
Nope, it's copyright free. I mean, it's for me, so I don't know if it's for you. Sorry, because I pay like.
Yeah, you should be good.
I'm on the show, right? So it should be okay.
I hope so. Well, you'll be hearing from me. No, but I think it's great. So everyone that's not familiar with your channel, let's check out this great video. I think you did a great job with this. We'll come back. We'll talk about it a little bit.
Thank you. Thank you.
Up. Good boy. This is your chicken. Oh. Thank you.
We made it to the car wash, and now we're looking for a place to kind of chill while they're washing the car.
What is so sad?
What do you want?
Ishitan.
Any flavor? Any?
Yes, it's called Ishitan.
Okay.
Green color.
Miley and Blue are gonna stay here, and we are gonna go to 7-Eleven and get a drink because there's no, they don't really have a little store here. A lot of car washes have like coffee places or restaurants. This one doesn't have any.
So I love that video. I think the reason maybe you chose that music was you had a little Cubano sandwich that was profiled earlier on, right?
Exactly. So that's the whole thing is whatever I'm presenting on the video, it's kind of it matches the music. The music matches the video and everything else. So it's kind of like it helps you. What I don't know. What I think it helps you watch the video better, so you can kind of be part of it.
It makes for an interesting video. For me, what caught my attention is, wow, he's like thinking outside the box. What's going to go with the video? The Cubano sandwich, great music. And wow, I would struggle to find a song like that. I don't know how I would search for that, maybe like Latin salsa or something like that. So good job finding it. I thought it was great. But you have sort of a secret guest with you on that video on your channel, Miley, right?
Hey, Blue. Okay, sorry. That was
and Blue. See, Blue knows when Blue's on camera.
There you go.
Great.
Blue, come here. Sorry, Richard.
Blue wants to be on a live show. No, it's okay.
Come here. There it is, right there.
Star of the show. Hello, Blue. The co-star of the video. That's so
Blue,
great.
they see you. Relax. You got a little bit
you have Miley with you as well. So your partner Miley's in the videos. You had told me on the pre-interview that she was a little shy initially. Now she loves being on camera.
Yeah, she's kind of shy because she feels like people are not gonna understand her, but now she got her own channel. She started making videos, and now I show her a little bit of editing, just how to kind of put the videos together, and now she does everything. The only thing I help her with on her videos is the thumbnail and the title, but the editing, the shooting, she does it. She does everything.
Yeah, that's interesting because I think you do a really good job with your thumbnails, and that's like one of the more important areas of YouTubing. How'd you learn how to create an interesting thumbnail? Because I feel like they are very interesting.
I'm an artist, actually. I know how to paint. I know how to draw, oils, airbrush. I've always been an artist since I was a child. So I kind of, what's so weird? I've been sitting here for an hour and a half. He's left me alone. As soon as I come on your show, he comes running.
Yeah, he wants his close-up. He wants his time on the show.
So yeah, I was telling you the reason I kind of like I like doing thumbnails because I'm an artist. I know how to paint. I know how to draw, airbrush. I'm kind of creative. So I throw my creativity, like being creative, into my videos on everything I do, from the camera placement, from the way I shoot, from my movements, my thumbnails, everything. Everything is all my kind of like my artist mind is thrown into the video.
Yeah, you have a friend, Key Williams, saying hello to you, Alex. There.
Hey, Key. How's San Diego?
Nikki Dunn saying they washed your car so good, it was clean inside after.
Oh,
they do a great job.
great.
Yeah, do a great job, right? It's like a full
It was my
detail.
first car wash for this car.
So Alex, why a YouTube channel? You got a ton of people that are vlogging in that area. Why you?
So what happened a long time ago, people started asking me to create a YouTube channel because I've been traveling since I was a kid. I like to travel. I like to go places, and I like to try just new things. And a lot of people ask me to do a YouTube channel for years. And then when James, Chocolate Man in Thailand, started his channel, he asked me to start with him as well. And I didn't want to do it because I'm kind of a bit of an introvert. I'm an only child, and I'm a loner in a way. And maybe my videos doesn't show that, but I'm very kind of reserved. I keep to myself a lot. So for me to, at that time, for me to think, okay, I'm gonna make a YouTube channel and I'm gonna kind of socialize with perhaps a lot of people, it kind of scared me. Mm-hmm. It was kind of terrifying. And then James didn't leave me alone. James, almost monthly, he's like, when you gonna start? When you gonna start? When you gonna start? When you gonna start? And I think he was hitting almost 2 years of his channel being on. And I was like, you know what, James? I'm gonna make a video. It's not. I don't know how to edit because I didn't know how to edit. I didn't know how to edit. I English is my second language. I'm just gonna make a video, and 3 people are gonna watch it, and that's it. Done. Right? One and done. I made the first video. I started getting some comments, some views. Next thing you know, I'm here. That's pretty much what's happened.
Yeah, it took off quickly. I feel like your channel definitely exploded quickly, but I feel like you did it the right way. You had interesting thumbnails, great videos, great sense of timing, keeping the video moving forward, which is an important thing. Now you mentioned, so English is your second language. What country are you from originally?
Well, I was born in the States. I was born in New York. I was born upstate New York. Then my parents separated, and my mother took me to Mexico. My mother is Mexican. My father is American. So my mother got me, and she took me to Mexico. When I was turning 20, I came back to the U.S., joined the military, and I retired from the military about 10 years ago. And yeah, so I grew up in Mexico, born in the States, grew up in Mexico, which is weird to hear because most of the time people born in Mexico and they go to the States.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it was the opposite.
Yeah, it's a great story. Wow. So interesting. So I took a little bit of Spanish in high school.
Okay.
And then I went to the Philippines for a bit and I learned Tagalog online. I found
I
like
live in the
for me,
Philippines.
Tagalog. Oh, really? So I felt
For
like
6
Tagalog.
years. Sorry, for 6 years. When I first retired, I went to the Philippines. Then the last almost 4 years, I've been in Thailand. So sorry to interrupt.
Did you? No, that's fine. Great. I'd love to hear that. So do you speak a little bit of Tagalog as well?
I can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you know, there's a dialect down south that's called Chavacano in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so similar to Spanish.
Yeah.
I really thought they were speaking Spanish. And I asked this lady at a canteen, the canteen where, you can buy food or whatever. And then I heard people in the background, in the kitchen, speaking Spanish. So I asked the lady, I said, "Hey, you got Mexican people back there?" She goes, "No." I said, "Somebody speaking Spanish." She goes, "No, that is Chavacano." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. That's why I asked you, because I felt like the two languages are very similar. You know? So when I was learning, I'm like, wow, this is kind of a lot like Spanish. But the thing that was getting me, Alex, is I was saying the Tagalog, I was speaking it with like a Spanish accent because I had all the years and stuff. It didn't work so well.
Exactly.
Your mojo is saying, I think Alex is turning into the Hulk. Wow.
Yeah.
Good muscles there.
My green light.
So great. Hey, so listen, I wanted to run through a couple of vloggers during this segment. I have one that I wanted to spotlight who was on the show recently, Chev and Dev. So they were kind of mentioning that they were going to a new location. And one of the ones they went to is Nepal. Now, I've never been there myself. You been in Nepal?
I've never been there. No, I haven't. I would love to go there.
Yeah, it looks so interesting. So I got a little clip I was going to play from this. We'll come back and we'll chop it up a little bit. We'll talk about this one.
The weather seems to be perfect. We're just going to go out and about today on the streets, and we are in the area of Tamil. There's so much to see just from coming out of your hotel. Already making some friends. Hello!
After spending just over a month in Malaysia, we took a short 4-hour flight from KL to Kathmandu, and on our way we saw the most magnificent view of the peaks of the Himalayas and especially Mount Everest.
Yeah, so we had them on the show recently, Alex, and they just hit, I think they're over like 116,000 subscribers now.
They're getting it there.
Yeah, really good. And I felt like, so your channel is very similar to theirs. I feel like you really get it with the pans and the zooms and the music and the timing. I mean, it's just, this video spoke to me because number one, never been in Nepal. Now I want to go there. I feel like that's the greatest compliment to a YouTube creator is when you watch one of the videos and you say, I want to go there. And I feel like with your videos, Alex, I look at all the areas that I used to frequent. I'm like, wow, I really miss that place. So I really feel like for you, your channel, once it becomes the high season, which is just a month away, right? We're looking like November is the beginning of the high season. I think your channel is going to really explode because your content's so great and it's places that people are interested in. Yeah. Do you have people telling you that as well? Like, hey, it's coming. You're going to explode.
I get that a lot. And it's kind of, I'll tell you something. Even just like when I hit 1,000 subscribers, to me was like, it was mind blowing. And now I just hit 1 million views. Last night, actually, I got my first 1 million total views. And I was just mind blown. So for people, when people tell me, your channel's going to blow up or to give me this big numbers, to me is it's not an unreachable goal because I'm very driven and I'm very dedicated when I do something. But it's so, I don't know, it's just weird. Like, it's very hard to explain.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no, I get it. I feel like even with 4,000 subscribers, which is around where you are, probably like a week from this video, you have 5,000. That's a small stadium. Like, can you imagine like walking into a stadium and having people like, Alex? Like, it's crazy,
yeah,
right?
That right there is what kind of like is so unreal to me. It's, it's like I say, because like I told you before, I'm very introvert. I'm very like, I stay to myself, and I think that's why I became so creative, and I learned how to draw by myself. I learned how to paint by myself because I spent a lot of time alone, growing up with no brothers, no sisters, only with my mother and just me. So a lot of the stuff that I did, it was just me. Like, it was just me and her, or she was at work and it was just me. So for me to do this is it makes me a little bit more social, more, I don't know, it's kind of, in a way, it's kind of good for my mental health, doing YouTube in a weird way.
No, it makes perfect sense. I think you're on your way, man. I think success is in your future for sure.
Thank you. Thank you
so
so
yeah,
much.
I love Chev and Dev's video here. It was great. Nepal. I say check that one out, guys. I think the moderators are putting that link there in there. And Big Daddy L Rob saying congrats on the 1 million views. So that's really great. Big metric, man. That's a lot of views. 1 million views. That's awesome. You got a lot of big supporters. It must be nice to see stuff like that, right?
You know what? One thing I noticed on YouTube since the beginning, since I started my YouTube channel, people have been so supportive. The positivity has just been mind blowing. It doesn't really. I got really thick skin because I grew up in a bad country. I was in the military. I do martial arts. So I'm thick skinned, right? So the trolls and things like that wasn't going to really bother me. But it's been amazing. Like, the people have been so positive and so like supportive. It's been blowing my mind. And other YouTubers as well. Like, other YouTubers, when I first started, I thought they were going to be like, who is this guy? Like, who are you? Man, from the beginning. Oh, 30 in a Wake Up. I got to say it. Besides Chocolate Man in Thailand and James, 30 in a Wake Up. That guy from the beginning, he was like leaving me comments, and it's super, super cool to see like a big channel supporting somebody who's trying to do something in the YouTube world. So yeah,
Kevin's great. Kevin's been on the show before, and I would say check out his channel 30 in a Wake Up. I think he has about 85,000 subscribers now, which is great.
He's great. Yeah, he's awesome. In person,
I mean, what's great, Alex, is since I've come back, this is only my 3rd week back, I've picked up some advertisers for the show. And I just picked up another one, Town and Country Furniture. Would like to play a little ad for us. Let's go. Let's check out Town and Country.
Folks, hi, this is Brent, Town and Country Furniture. Folks, we're beating down the competition with lower prices here at Town and Country Furniture. Come on in. Woo! How about this die-cast sectional for only $5.99? Come on down to Town and Country where we're beating down the competition. Corner of 303 and Carrier Parkway, Grand Prairie, Texas.
Wow. Well, thanks, Brent, from
that was great.
Furniture Company there, Town and Country Furniture. He's beating down the competition. All right.
I can't say Mr. Mitch doing something like that.
Hey, that was only $5.99. That was a good price on a couch. Check that out. So great. So let's kind of go through these vlogger news. I got another one here from a channel. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this one, Alex. Thai Girl Gift and Foreigner Joe. They were giving to the less fortunate. They did a second upload, higher resolution. Really great video. I don't want to give it away, but I want to say the moderators will put the link in there for Thai Girl Gift and Foreigner Joe, giving to the less fortunate. Wow, that'll really pull on your heartstrings. Right? I don't know if you checked that one out. That was a great
video. Yeah.
Oh, what'd you think? That was a great one, huh?
Oh, it was. It was amazing. I mean, that couple, him and her, they're great people. Great people. I met them once in one of the meet and greets over here in Jom Tiem and Steve's bar, one by the Kiwi bar, and awesome. They're awesome. Yeah.
Was it both Joe and Gift were at the meetup?
Yes, they were together.
Yeah, it's great. So that was a great video. Flora Note, who's been on the channel before, this is how Chiang Mai is now. So talking about how it's changed with the tourism coming back. So it is changing for the better. And I'm hearing that a lot more from people. So Chiang Mai, have you spent any time in Chiang Mai yourself, Alex?
I've been there twice. I was there once with, or maybe once. I've been there before. I actually went there with James. Chakraman in Thailand. We went together there. We spent, I think, maybe 4 nights, 3 or 4 nights. It was a lot of fun. I liked it. Got to train there. As you know, I do Jiu-Jitsu, so I met a couple of people there from the gym. I got to train with them. Became really good friends. Chiang Mai is beautiful. Me and Miley are planning a trip together to Chiang Mai. We're going to Koh Samui next month, and then in December we're going to Phuket.
Oh wow!
So maybe in January, actually, talking about the Philippines, in January I'm going to the Philippines.
Oh, is that right? What part of the Philippines?
I am going to a lot of parts.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in Baguio. I'm going to be in Baguio, Tarlac, Angeles City, Manila, and I think Cavite. So it's like 5 different cities. I'm going to spend 2 nights on each part. It's going to be like
that's
back
great.
to back.
A lot of great content probably there, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be moving fast. Talking about timing.
Yeah, it's interesting we talk about countries outside of the Philippines, because one thing I've been taking a look at more is other countries. And I found this vlogger by the name of Andrew Taylor. He's an American who's retired in Malaysia. He has this video called Things to Do in Retirement. And it's interesting because it has me thinking like, wow, so Malaysia, very close to Thailand, just on the other side there. Have you been there? What was your
I've been to Penang, Malaysia, and I've been to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Yeah.
Penang
so why?
Is beautiful.
Yeah. Was that like on your top 10 list of places to retire before coming to Thailand?
Actually, yes. I had Thailand, of course, Thailand, Philippines, Malaysia, Vietnam, and Cambodia. That was like my top 5 places that I wanted to retire at.
Yeah. Thailand won out though, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
I tried Philippines first because I was using my GI Bill, and most of my friends, when I first retired, they retired to the Philippines either before me or during the same time I retired. One of them was being James. James and I stay in the Philippines around the same time, and we end up moving to Thailand around the same time. So.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. Well, it's good because you have friends in the area, right? So it works out well.
Yeah, that's the reason I went to the Philippines first, and then I finally made the move to Thailand.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I like this guy because he's very down to earth, right? He's not like, he's just talking to you about the costs associated with it, where he lives, what to watch out for. I love videos like that because you can really get a sense for, wow, would this be on my top list of places to retire or not? So I love that. That might be a new YouTube creator for a lot of people. I don't know if you've heard of him before, but Andrew Taylor.
I need to check him out. I'm definitely going to be giving him a look. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a good guy. So listen, Alex, I've gone way over time today. You're just so interesting to talk to. So interesting to talk to. I want to wrap up Vlogger News. I'm going to come back with the exchange rates, but I wanted to thank you for coming on the show today. It's so great to have like a local celebrity on to talk to Vlogger News.
See, that you're making it, I just told you how I felt. Now you're making it so much worse for me.
It's great. You're doing a great job. Keep up all the great work on the videos, please. And I look to have you back on the show at some point real soon.
Definitely, yeah. Just keep in touch, and we can, let's get together again.
All right. Thank you, Alex.
Thailand Fah here, and that's all this week in Vlogger News. Please return your seats and tray tables to their upright position, and thank you for flying Recharge Travel.
Wow, Alex is so interesting. We got to try to have him back for a full interview chat session. I could just talk to him forever. He's got a lot of great stuff to talk about. And wow, so maybe I should not have brought him on for Vlogger News. I should have brought him on for a full-on show. But wow, what a great guy to run through the Vlogger News with, because he's been to all these different countries. So Chocolate Man in Thailand saying, good job, bro. And Big Daddy L. Rob saying, thanks, Alex. Jiu-Jitsu Passport. Paul Cousins saying, cheers. One thing I wanted to kind of run through real quickly before we wrap up the show is the exchange rate. We usually go through that at the beginning of the show. We're going to go through it now because the USD is up a bit. The Australian dollar is down a little bit. So you can see USD at 37.67, 41.65, 24. and those are not the correct rates. So for anyone watching the exchange rates, those are not the correct ones. They did not save. So I think it's at 38.27 is the US dollar. The British pound is up a little bit, and the Aussie dollar, I think, is down to about 23.47, something around there. So that's a little unfortunate for the Australian dollar, but it is nice to see that the USD is remaining up. So that's always nice. Let me go to the comments here. And CJ in Paradise is saying, nice channel, Alex. I will for sure sub. And let's see. Great show, Richard. Love Gifts Dance. It's great. Appreciate that. Perfect. So I wanted to kind of wrap up things here with just some information on the channel. So if anyone would like to be a guest on the show, please email me at richardtravel@gmail.com. Accepting all requests. We'll talk to you about your channel, see if you'd be a good fit. We'll bring you on. Definitely email me. That's the best place to get me. Appreciate that. And let me just go back over here to the comments. And we have, there we go. Your Mojo. Great guy. Look at that. USD 38.28. So I loaded all those numbers into the StreamYard app, but they did not save. So shame on them. And Alex is saying, you guys are awesome. He appreciates all the support. Gotta love Thailand, saying 38.34 is the current exchange rate. So we appreciate that. And Alex is saying, thank you to everyone. And CJ again saying he's going to sub to the channel, which is great. Appreciate that. Stuck in Florida. Great show, Richard. I've been listening in. Yeah, you can treat it like a podcast. You can just listen in, which is great. And Brock's Travel is saying, watch out for the bike thieves, Alex. So I will tell you one thing to keep in mind now. Nice Nomad Global Production says, nice. We'll be back next time. Cheers. And I got a new outro for today. So stay tuned. Don't drop off yet. This is a good outro. Spent a couple hours putting this together. I want to tell you guys that I will be back. Send me an email if you want to be a guest on the show. And until next time, I'll say goodbye, everybody.
What was that?
Yeah.
This is also a toast for Richard being back.
Yes.
But you're so great.
Hey, but wait, I gotta say hi to Mother first. So hi, Richard's mom.
Is San Jose Sharks? Is that where you most enjoyed yourself outside of Toronto?
You know the story of this? I told that story 2 hours ago. How do you know this?
I do my research, Chris.
I don't know if you can see that there.
That dance is horrifying. Please never do that again.
What are you doing, Rich?
What are you doing?
Excuse me, guys. Got little technical problems. I think I missed your energy the last couple of months. Nice
You give me that energy, Richard. You're so much fun to talk with.
I think she digs it.
Oh my god. My
really
heart melting. You're gonna cry.
Little throwback. It's all good. But we're letting it go.
Hey, I see you guys.
How you doing?
And record.
That's so good.
Every time I see that video, I think, man.
Sounds good. Not now.